Hello, Miss Ingrid. My name is Jorge Vicente Duran Gonzalez. I am 24 years old. I am originally from Yajalon, Chiapas, a small town south of Chiapas. I have three brothers whom I love very much. Gabriela, 33 years old. Omar, 31 years old. Eleazar, of 23 years old. Ever since I was very little, I discovered that I had a great liking for the health area, especially being a doctor. Since at home my father is a medical surgeon, so since I have memory use, he was a lover of medicine and the study of body. The years went by and I was inclined towards that and soccer, which, to be honest, is the sport that I like the most. My parents always supported me in that aspect, and I was the next on who followed in the footsteps of my father when I was very young. That the attempt to be a professional athlete, the years went by and I began to show a lot of talent and aptitude different from that of the other college, who at that time shared the field. Little by little, I began to live the love for medicine and I returned to that passion to soccer. When I turned 30 years old, I had to make a very difficult decision with my parents, which would change my life completely. I went in search of that dream, sojourned to fulfill it, and I left home, arriving at the city of Tuxtla Gutierrez, Chiapas. The journey of that dream was very difficult for my family and for me, since I was host a child. I began to live a very different life, abnormal to that of any adolescent child. I went from the family and living with people from many states, the which my brothers become of their years. My father and mother were the coach. I began to give priority to sports and not to my studies. I continue to grow and meet new people and places, which left a very strong mark on my market, each and every one of them. My love for nutrition began with my first appointments with the team's nutritionist. I observed the measurement of my weight, my falls, and my height, but the real patient was when they gap used the adequate protein and food for perfect functioning and performance on and off the court. Incredible moments came, but also some very difficult. For example, the study of my high school. I could not take it face to face if I did not have to finish it online because of the training sessions and games of the week. At the end of high school, I knew what I wanted to study, but deep inside me, I knew that would be impossible because of the time I spent in sports. So I decided to study marketing and advertising. At the end of the first semester, I no longer wanted to continue studying because I had gotten used to a life in which it was important to train and play well. After a year, I had the opportunity to fulfill my biggest dream as a child, which was to be a professional soccer player and debut in the maximum circuit of Mexican soccer. Especially, they have been the best days of my life, so I touched the subject because after that God and not so God things come. I left the study for a year, and that year I dedicate myself completely to a better player and to give more. It happened but a series of injuries made me understand that the sport was not eternal and that I needed something more in my life than just being an athlete. And I decided to start an online career in law school, believing that this was my vocation. Since, since at that time I have a lawyer girlfriend and I was convinced that I was the right for me. After 2 years, my retirement came from soccer. So, to a series of injuries, only the last one left my for a year, and I decided leave for football aside. I finished the direct 6 months after I retired, and I quickly began to practice it for a year and a half. The time, I never enjoyed the profession and only practiced it really because I received an income and was used to being very independent and self-sufficient at an early age. And for everything that went through my head, frustrations, depressions, fights with my parents, even addiction to parties and nightlife. Until one day I get tired and make the decision and remember some wise words that my father said to me when I was soccer player. Everything you do it with passion and dedication, only then will you achieve what you set out to do and what you want to be in life. I remembered those words and decided to leave everything that had to do with the legal profession. And I began to remember how happy I was to see how nutritionists did their work and how everything they did with my body and my health caught my attention. So I took action and started looking for places and schools where I wanted to start the new adventure of my life. And I started in the city, and I chose Merida, and I remembered parts of my childhood and how happy everyone was who visited Merida. Since my father is from there, and when I was a child, we went 2 or 3 times a year. Choosing the university was easy for me. I just didn't know if my parents would support me from the financial side until I dared to consult him and I received everything the support on your part until today. The reality is that I do not regret the chosen decision. And today I know that it is never too late for a change. As long as it is for a good and better that I be something that you enjoy and you are passionate. I followed my heart and my ideals. And today I can say that I feel so happy and happy to be who I am and to do what I do to be a student of nutrition. And I know that the road is long, but I also know that I can do it and that this has totally changed my life. I know what I want to be. I know where I am going and I know it will not be easy. But I have my greatest support which is my family and friends. I hope I can fulfill my objectives and goals through perseverance, work, humility, and faith in good. I think that every great effort is reward and every great achievement also had its setbacks. Thank you very much, Miss Ingrid, because after this activity I remembered again that I wanted to be a nutritionist. A hug and God bless you. Thank you, Miss.